My name is Trevor Andrews. I'm a resident for the past 2 years, and I just had a couple of issues. Some of them I piecemeal emailed into the RIOC email address. Other ones that I haven't really talked about to you directly, but with other residents. So I'm just going to go through the whole list, and we don't have time to really talk about each one here. But if you could talk about them at your future meetings, I appreciate that. The first is the openness of information on the policy that RIOC has right now. I'm not quite sure the details of the current policy, but I know there's several pieces of data that residents would like, and I think should be open and accessible to the community. First is the red bus ridership statistics or information. Second would be the tram ridership data. If you guys collect any of that or have access to that, I know I may have to go through the MTA for that. And third is the regular release of detailed public safety department data, which I know there's been a little controversy over lately, and I think that all of us residents have the right to see that information as soon as possible, in as detailed a form as possible, and accessible to any news outlet that exists on the island. The second thing has to do with Motorgate. I don't fully understand the interaction between Motorgate and RIOC. I realize there's some type of lease. But it seems RIOC is responsible for the infrastructure in Motorgate and has some leverage over the current operator of Motorgate. So addressing some concerns about Motorgate, I think RIOC can use its leverage to take another look at the restriping that's going on in Motorgate Garage and see if that's actually benefiting residents in the manner that's being performed. I also think the pricing in Motorgate is not optimized to fill the space. There's lots of empty spaces, and I've been an advocate for quite some time now that motorcycle pricing is overpriced in Motorgate at approximately $120 per month. It's compared to a car, which is $200 per month. If you look at the size of a motorcycle compared to a car, you're probably looking at 20% of the area needed for a motorcycle. I think the prices should reflect that, and that would also increase utilization at the Motorgate parking facility. The next thing is the Hudson lease. I think a lot of residents are concerned about both the schedule, how long it's taking to fill storefronts. I'm sure you're aware of this. I know you signed a lease with agreement to a schedule. I'd like to see RIOC put a little more pressure on Hudson to speed up the process and fill storefronts. I can't believe it takes this long to survey and figure out what type of stores go into these empty island spaces. I also think they haven't been clear on how this lease is going to affect some of the other island businesses, such as the farmers market or food trucks, food vendors that may enter the island, or how are we placing restrictions on those vendors with this master lease agreement. The recent incident this weekend of the food cart that was told to leave the island, I think was not handled properly, and I think we should be encouraging those type of businesses to visit the island. And I would expect more of PSD, RIOC, and dealing with those type of vendors visiting the island. Implementation of the smart parking system, I think a lot of residents have not seen a lot of progress there, and we're waiting for that to be implemented. I think a lot of residents also see it as too expensive and not a lot of advantages over the current gate system. Finally, I've asked several times over the last couple of years to have the overnight bicycle parking signs removed off the bike racks. I think they discourage islanders from using bikes and visiting the island, keeping their bikes stored outside. I think it's an easy solution just to take them off. There's lots of empty bike rack spaces that I think people don't use because they're afraid that their bikes are going to get used. Finally, I know this is maybe not even an issue for you guys, but a lot of us were still delayed by the tram construction that took months longer than it should have. And I was aware that there was some type of compensation that was going to be provided for that delay in finishing the tram. I think those funds could be pursued and used for other useful things on the I do think it was an inconvenience for owners, especially weekends when they were out. We really didn't have a lot of other transportation choices, and that was a schedule they agreed to. If they didn't meet their contract, there's no reason why we shouldn't ask for some compensation for that. Finally, I do appreciate
That's your third final.
Okay, thanks. Is that it?
I've been telling you.
No,
Finish this.
We do appreciate everything you do, and I know all we have here is complaints mostly. That's because we're busy and not all of us have time to complain on the good things that we do. But we do see those good things and we appreciate them. So we don't have to take our time. Thanks.
Great, thank you.
Two questions for you, sir. Your comment on Motorgate striking, your discussion on about Motorgate striking. What are they? What's you're trying, whether it's slanted or straight, another combination of striking it or redeveloping the Motorgate. What issue are you having with the striking right now, aside from the motorcycle?
I think the issue with the striking is just the ability to maneuver in the garage with cars are perpendicular to the walls. There's several feet less space.
So you think the slant striking is better for rather than the straight striking?
Yeah, even though you make it several more cars in the garage,